Hi everyone, welcome to this video demo on identifying, analyzing and mitigating a real-world cybersecurity vulnerability. Today we'll focus on insecure open ports, specifically an outdated FTP service running on port 21 in a simulated server. This is common in misconfigured systems and can follow unauthorized access. So we'll be doing this in a self-isolated lab environment using two virtual machines, which are Kali Linux and my Metasploitable, which are both running. So there's no real harm that is going to be done in this. This demo promotes ethical hacking practices to strengthen defenses. So let's get started. Quick note before we start. If we run OpenVAS, Nessus, or any enterprise vulnerability scanner against this box right now, the VS FTPD 2.3.4 service we are about to find would immediately light up as CVE 2011-2523, a CVSS 10.0 critical backdoor plus anonymous FTP enabled. So today I'll be showing you how to discover, prove, and completely eliminate that exact same critical finding using only free tools and manual validation, the same process real pen testers use when scanners aren't available or allowed. So stay with me. The first thing we'll do is reconnaissance. So we gather information about the target without direct interaction. In our lab, my attacker machine is Kali Linux and the victim is a vulnerable VM at the IP. So I use Nmap for port scanning. Nmap is a free tool that probes networks to discover hosts and services. So the first thing I did was to type this command, which would display my IP addresses, and then I used this command because I'm using ARP discovery with the PR here, because many lab machines, including my Metasploitable, blocks ICMP ping. So I used this command with this PR here so that within 3 seconds I'll be able to get this result fast and easy. One of them is our target host, which is the IP address 192.168.56.102. It's here. So, and then I proceeded to run the command to show all the ports. This is the command I typed. As you can see, in port 21, which is the FTP, it is running on this version, VS FTPD 2.3.4. This exact version has a well-known backdoor and allows anonymous login. So port 22, which is the SSH 23, which is also 23 is the telnet, and then we have 25, which is the SMTP 53, which is our domain, that is the DNS, and 80 is HTTP, which is the Apache web server, and many more. If you go down, you will see lots of it. So this means that it's actually running an outdated exploitable version, and by default allows anyone on the network to log in anonymously. So in the next session, we'll prove how anonymous access works, explain exactly why this is dangerous, and then we'll completely fix it. But before we exploit it, we'll run a quick vulnerability scanner to confirm what we are seeing isn't just an open port, that it is actually vulnerable. So stick with me while I proceed to the next step. So now that Nmap found the vulnerable FTP service, let's just prove how bad it really is. So after typing the anonymous as my name, they requested for a password, and I did not type anything. I just clicked on enter, and then they wrote login successful. So you see, I was able to log in as an FTP user without any login credentials like a username or a password. So I typed ls here, and when I typed it, I was able to see everything in my home directory and even the root directory if I want to navigate further. I typed pwd, and this is my home directory. I'm actually inside the real file system of the server without any password required. I exited by typing by, and as you can see, they wrote you have suspended jobs. So this is called anonymous FTP access, and it is turned on by default in Metasploitable's VSFTPD 2.3.4. Here, this is it. But it gets worse because this exact version also contains a backdoor that lets anyone get a root shell. So I'll be showing you how real attackers find this instantly. I'll show you how real attackers find this instantly. Stick with me. Here we are. I typed searchsploit VSFTPD 2.3.4, and this is the result. See, it's a backdoor command execution. Backdoor command execution Metasploit. Have you seen? So as you can see, DB has the famous backdoor exploit right here. In Metasploit, there's even a ready module. As you can see, this is the path. So why is this a disaster in the real world? Any device on the same network or reachable over the internet, if the port is exposed, can download or upload files silently. They can download or upload files silently. Secondly, attackers can drop web shells, ransomware, or pivot to other machines. Because of the backdoor, they can escalate threats to roots, and once they do that, game over. So a real world example is when a company, for instance, lose millions because of an old FTP server with anonymous access because it was forgotten on the network, which is not supposed to be so. So let's try to fix this properly with 3 layers of defenses. Firstly, we'll block the port at the firewall level, and then we'll remove the vulnerable software entirely. And then thirdly, if you ever need FTP again, we'll just use a modern secure alternative like SFTP over SSH. But for now, we'll just use this and it will be gone. So let's fix this quickly. So I'm in my Metasploitables VM right now. This is a very old Ubuntu release, so the service command is different. I just terminated the old process, and I'm going to type them line by line with the new processes. If you see anything like, if it says something like no process found, that's actually good. The firewall already killed it. So let's get started while I type the commands line by line. Sudo kill all VSFTPD. No process killed. So that's a good one. The firewall has already killed it. So sudo apt-get remove port VSFTPD -y. Look at it again. I think I typed the wrong thing. The get is actually 1T, and I made a mistake here. Done. As you can see, it wrote done, and as you can see, package VSFTPD is not installed, so not removed. Yes. So the next thing I'll be typing is to remove it. You can do this on your save lab environment as well. Remove Y. Done. So as you can see, everything is completed. So now we've completely purged the VSFTPD package. And the third command I typed actually cleaned up any leftover dependencies. So VSFTPD is now permanently erased from this machine. So the next thing I did was to switch back to my Kali Linux, and I typed this command. So you can see port 21 is actually filtered by the firewall, and the actual vulnerable daemon no longer exists. So even if someone tried to reinstall VSFTPD tomorrow, the IP table rule will block it. When I type the second command, nothing is even coming up at all. Nothing is coming up. It has been this way for a while now. So that means that our IP tables drop rule is working perfectly. No SYNARC, no RST, nothing. The packets just disappear into the void. And when I tried connecting again with this FTP, as you can see, it can't connect. Connection timed out. It's just hanging. It is timed out. So from the attacker's point of view, the service has completely vanished. We turned a critical, anonymously accessible backdoored FTP server into a black hole in under few minutes. So to recap the entire process, firstly, Nmap discovered VSFTPD 2.3.4 on port 21. Secondly, we proved anonymous login works instantly. When I typed the username anonymous and then the password, I just clicked enter and I was able to log in. So thirdly, we blocked the ports with IP tables, which I did on the Metasploitable. Fourthly, we permanently removed the vulnerable package, which I also did on Metasploitable. So that is real-world vulnerability management in action. Do this cycle: scan, validate, fix, verify. Just do this on every system you own, and you will sleep much better at night. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, smash that like button. Drop filtered equals to victory in the comments. Remember, filtered equals to victory in the comments. And I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe out there. Bye.